Hello, everyone. For my final paper topic, I decided to write about poverty in the United States. And as many of you know, poverty is an issue that a lot of Americans have to deal with all across the nation. And for my final paper, I kind of wanted to address some of these issues and some of the solutions that we could possibly implement to solve this problem. And I know ultimately we can't solve it all the way across the United States, but we could make major changes in a lot of areas. And to start out, what I thought was really interesting is I decided to look up one of the definitions of poverty in the Webster's Dictionary. And the first definition that I found was the state of one who lacks a usual or a socially acceptable amount of money or material possessions. And I thought that was very important to keep in mind because poverty can be experienced in different ways here in the United States, and we also have a different standard of poverty in the United States compared to other countries. And another thing that I wanted to address in this paper is the role of Christians and how we can go about solving this problem. And I think another really important thing that I can use during in this paper is something called Maslow's pyramid that we're familiar with in this class, and it's basically the pyramid of the human needs and how we can address those. And the pyramid has a few different levels, and the first one is self-actualization. The second one is esteem. The third is love and belonging. The fourth is safety, and the fifth one is psychological. And I think using this scale to deal with the issue of poverty in the United States can be really helpful because I think it gives us a foundation of how we can address these problems as a Christian. And I think another important point that I'm going to mention is that as Christians, we need to help address these basic human needs and should fight to have these basic human needs met in areas that deal with extreme poverty. And ultimately, I know that the gospel uh, coming into these areas will ultimately help bring people out of poverty, but there's a lot of practical things that we can do as well. And I'd like to finish it by having a heavy emphasis on the Christian perspective and how we can use that Christian perspective to address poverty as a whole.